Welcome to the Getting to Know the PSAT 8-9 parent presentation presented to you by the Michigan Association of Secondary School Principals. The purpose of this presentation is to help parents better understand the new state assessment for 8th grade students, the PSAT 8-9. You will learn how to read and understand the student score report, the resources available for students to use, and how parents can monitor progress. High-stakes state testing can cause anxiety for students. The goal of your child's school will be to reduce the anxiety by preparing students for the content and the format of the assessment. Throughout this presentation, some specific terms will be used, and we want to help explain those before moving forward. First is college and career readiness, which are the skills needed to succeed in college or a post-high school career. Readiness skills aren't only content specific. They also include the ability to abstract important information from content, problem solve, communicate, collaborate, and be self-directed. Here are some additional terms that will assist you in understanding the content of this presentation. College Board, which is the organization that issues these tests, which are used by colleges for admissions and scholarships. The Scholastic Achievement Test, better known as SAT, tests academic skills through 11th grade and is required by the state of Michigan. The PSAT is considered the pre-SAT and tests students in grades 8, 9, and 10. The PSAT can also be administered in the fall of a student's junior year as part of the PSAT NMSQT, which stands for National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, and can qualify students for special recognition and scholarships. Finally, Khan Academy, which is a resource used for online, personalized PSAT and SAT practice. Since SAT tests college readiness, it is used for college admissions across the nation and throughout the world. The assessment is a systematic approach to testing each grade level each year while providing benchmark scores. All of the PSAT assessments provide parents, students, and educators with valuable data that can be analyzed for the purpose of knowing where the student gaps occur. It also provides schools with important data to inform instruction. Currently in the state of Michigan, students are required to be assessed each spring from grades 8 through grades 11. In the 2017-18 school year, 8th grade students will be assessed using the MASSP test for all subjects. Starting in the 2018-19 school year, 8th grade students will be required to take the PSAT 8-9 to assess ELA and math content, but they will continue to take a portion of the MASSP to assess science and social studies content. 9th and 10th grade students take the PSAT, and juniors take the SAT assessment. Some schools include additional assessments beyond the state requirements. It is important to understand some basic facts about the PSAT 8-9. As it has already been mentioned, this test is meant to assess 8th and 9th grade level students to determine their college and career readiness. This test will reflect a score that falls in line with the rest of the SAT suite of assessments, so students, parents, and schools can measure growth as students advance in grade level. The test is approximately 2 hours and 25 minutes in length, and students are not penalized for incorrect responses or guessing. On this next slide, we have a graphic that helps compare and contrast the MASSP and PSAT 8-9 assessments. Starting with some basic facts, you can see that more time is spent testing with the MASSP since 4 separate subjects are tested, including ELA, math, science, and social studies. In the PSAT 8-9, there are separate tests for English-based reading and writing and math, which test students based on calculator and no calculator sections. It's important to note that although 8th grade students will take the PSAT 8-9 as their official state assessment for ELA and math, they must still take the science and social studies portions of the MSTEP in the spring of 2019. The MSTEP is offered in both an online computer adaptive version or paper and pencil format. The PSAT 8-9 is only taken as a paper and pencil test. For students taking the online MSTEP test, they will be asked to answer questions in a multiple choice, matching, produced response, where they enter a numerical value, and essay format. The PSAT 8-9 only has multiple choice and produced response items. They both have a scoring range that is vertically aligned to the other assessments for higher grades and offer proficiency level feedback so students understand where they currently stand on their performance. Neither test penalizes students for guessing an answer. In the past, students were penalized if they guessed a wrong answer. When comparing content among both tests, you will see some similarities and differences in how content is assessed. It is important that schools understand what is tested in both assessments so they can adapt their curriculum to better prepare students. When taking the PSAT 8-9, students will complete 4 areas of the test, which is broken into 3 sections: reading, writing and language, and math. The next slide gives a nice overview of the different types of content and skills students are being tested on. Students must have a proficient understanding of relevant words and context, command of evidence, analyzing an essay source, math focused in 3 key areas, problems grounded in real-world context, analysis in science and social studies, and founding documents and great global conversation. Here is a breakdown of the scoring for the PSAT 8-9 test. This is a visual representation of each subject area, skill, and how the test areas are aligned. The total SAT score is out of a possible 1440. To get to this number, students add the 2 scores from EBRW and math, both ranging from 120 to 720. Analysis in history and social studies and analysis in science represents cross-test scores that can be found in both EBRW and math sections. For example, science and social study content can be embedded in math or EBRW as a chart on cell production or as an essay on globalization. They represent an analysis of the content across the subjects. EBRW is composed of 2 tests, reading and writing and language. Math is 1 test, but divided into calculator and no calculator sections. The sub-scores show further areas of skills related to each test. The SAT suite of assessments are vertically aligned and graded on the same scale. The college readiness score expectation increases as students advance in grade level, which is represented in the change from PSAT 8-9 to PSAT 10, then to SAT bar graphs. We are now going to walk through a sample student score report. This can be an intimidating document to view at first, but College Board has done a nice job organizing and color-coding the information. Let's start by looking at the top of the report. The large number in the center of the report is the student's total test score. Below that is their percentage ranking. The percentage score means what percentage of students scored higher than you across the nation. On the left side is the score for the evidence-based reading and writing portion of the test. Below that score is a number line that shows where this score ranks in order to be on track for college readiness. Red means the student is not on track and green is on track. On the right side of the report is the score for math. Again, under the math score is the benchmark indicator line, which shows if the student is on track. The math and EBRW scores added together make the total score for a student. We will now move to the bottom half of the report. The test score section shows a breakdown of how many questions were answered correctly in any subject area. You will notice in the example of the yellow area indicates that a student's score is approaching the benchmark. Cross-test scores show how well a student performed on history, social studies, and science content that was embedded in other questions. For example, one of the reading passages might have a science research article. Finally, on the bottom right side of the page are the subscores, which offer a further breakdown of the important skills that are tested in each subject area. On the third page of the student report, test scores in reading, writing, language, and math are further explained by showing what the student is already likely to be able to do and what skills still need improvement. On page 4 of the student score report is question level feedback, which has a breakdown of each test, test question, correct response, student answer, and difficulty level. On the bottom right is a key to further explain the subscores and other markings from the feedback section. On the bottom left, an access code is provided for each student. This access code will be used by parents and students to attain further information through the online score report and to access additional features like Khan Academy or to determine their AP potential. Here is a sample shot of the online student score report portal. Students will need to create College Board accounts and use their access code from the paper report to access this site. The AP Potential Report is available when students access their test report online. This indicator is used to show students' readiness to take a College Board Advanced Placement, or AP, class in high school. Successful completion of an AP course can result in college credit. The AP Potential Report can show the various advanced placement courses the student would likely be successful in. It is recommended to check with the school counselor or principal to see which of the courses are offered at your school. College Board has identified benchmark scores for each SAT assessment. The benchmark score reflects that a student likely has a 75% chance that they will earn at least a C grade in an AP or college level class. The benchmark in grades 8 through 10 are an indicator as to whether or not you will be ready to hit the college readiness benchmark on the SAT. So what do students and parents do with these scores? College Board has a free daily practice app that can be used on a mobile device and is web-based. The app provides students with an SAT question of the day. One of the additional features from the app is the ability to take 8 full-length practice tests, which can be completed on paper and then scored using the app technology. Another way for students to practice SAT skills is on Khan Academy. Khan is a web-based platform that has been proven by research to increase student test scores. This site has a variety of free lessons, videos, and quizzes. Khan has partnered with College Board to deliver personalized SAT remediation based on a student score. Many schools across the country are utilizing this free resource in schools in order to improve student performance. Students can access and use Khan anywhere they can access the internet. Here is a screenshot of Khan Academy for students. Student test scores are connected in Khan Academy. Khan then assigns practice questions and lessons, tips and strategies, full tests, and more based on a student's score. It is personalized test prep. Students can even set up a practice schedule to prepare for the test date. This screenshot shows how Khan recommends practice areas based on skill performance areas from previous tests. Students get visual feedback on how well they are mastering certain areas. Here is an example of a question that is available from both PSAT and SAT tests. These are found in the Daily Practice app and on Khan Academy. Parents, you can be part of Khan Academy as well. You can visit Khan Academy and register as a parent. This will give you access to monitor your students' progress. Why are scores important for college? Colleges utilize the SAT score as part of the admission process. Additionally, scholarships are often awarded based on a student's SAT score. College Board makes searching for colleges easy with Big Future. Students can search schools, learn about entrance standards based on their SAT score, and other important information. They can even add colleges to their saved list and find out if they are on track based on their scores. Another way to help plan for colleges and the expected SAT score for entry is to use the Michigan Colleges Entrances Worksheet. This tool indicates the average entrance requirements for Michigan colleges and includes a suggested GPA. In conclusion, there are many different things parents can do to help encourage and support their students' performance on the PSAT 8-9. Make sure you understand what is being tested on the PSAT 8-9 and make sure your child is prepared. Set the expectation that they use Khan Academy both during and outside of school. Know testing dates and make sure your child is in attendance, fully rested, and have had a healthy breakfast on test day. For additional information about the PSAT 8-9, please visit the College Board PSAT 8-9 help page. You can also contact your school principal or counselor for additional assistance. We hope you have found this tutorial created by MASSP to be informative. You can also visit the MASSP website for links to additional PSAT and SAT information and tools.